Part 183. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1821. Chapter 1821 I will make a choice. He lowered his eyes and thought for a moment, then raised his head to look at Zhang and answered her question. I will balance work and family. I will definitely do what I promised you. If it really comes to a point where I can't when it comes to balance, I will make a choice. Zhang felt a thump in her heart. What do you mean by choose? Is it a choice between work and family? Mo Shixiu nodded. Zhang heartbeat was a little fast. Then if it really comes to a point where you can't balance it well, which one will you give up? In fact, she already had the answer in her mind. Mo Shixiu is a man who takes his career very seriously. Even if she occupies a certain position in his heart, it is impossible for him to give up his career for love and family. Even ordinary people may not be able to do it. In real life, how many men are willing to give up their careers for the sake of their families? Almost none. What's more, for a man like Mo Shixiu, his career is also different from that of ordinary people. He is the one who wants to be president. Everyone would find it extremely ridiculous to ask the president to resign because he wants to go home and take care of his children. She understands the truth. Just thinking about some things makes me feel a little depressed. This time, Mo Shixiu did not answer her. He was silent for a long time. When Zhang thought he would not answer the question, he spoke again. Li, I won't go to work tomorrow. I will accompany you to the hospital for a checkup. What did you just say? Question, I'll answer you when the test results come out tomorrow, okay? Good. Mo Shixiu didn't answer her question just now, and Zhang didn't ask again. Because she already regretted asking such a question. Why did she ask Mo Shixiu to do such a difficult multiple choice question? If she were asked to answer the same question, she wouldn't know what to choose. Family is very important to her, but her career is also very important. If having one means giving up the other, she feels that there will be no real happiness no matter what. Why should she let Mo Shixiu do something she couldn't do herself? Mo Shixiu. Zhang thought for a moment and gently held his hand. You better not answer my question just now. Mo Shixiu was stunned for a moment. Why? Because I feel that the answer is no longer important. Zhang really felt that the answer was no longer important. Li, are you angry? Mo Shixiu misunderstood her meaning. I didn't answer you now, so are you angry? It's not that I don't want to answer you, but I'm really not angry. Zhang watched the man explain to her seriously, as if he was really worried that she would be angry. She felt warm in her heart and took the initiative to get into his arms and hugged him. Mo Shixiu, I'm not angry. I said no need to answer because I think the answer is not that important to me. I can understand you. And I just thought about it, and I don't want you to make the decision to give up your career for the sake of your family. Because I don't think such a decision will make you really happy. In fact, it's too early to say these things now. Yes, isn't it? Maybe I'm not pregnant at all. And you may not be able to be elected president. Well, if I say this, will you be angry? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1822. Chapter 1822 I will be more afraid of losing you. Hearing a chuckle, he raised his head and met the man's doting gaze. Zhang couldn't help but be startled when she heard the man's gentle voice saying to her, if you are really pregnant, it's okay if I can't choose. Mo Shixiu. Zhang looked at him in surprise. Li, I think I can't give up my career completely for the sake of my family. Because there are many pursuits in a person's life. Family, career, and love are all very important and all are indispensable. I won't ask you to give up one side. However, if one of them is more important, I will make some concessions on other things to balance the relationship between them. The man's warm hand gently held hers back. If you are really pregnant with our baby, I will give up this campaign. Amo Shixiu, are you crazy? John Luli opened his eyes in shock and looked at him in disbelief. Can't even believe what she just heard. He said, if she got pregnant, he would give up the election? I know what I'm talking about. Amo Shixiu still had a gentle smile on his face. This is not decided casually. Luoli, what you just said is right. If I choose, I will spend more time with you in the future. It will only become less and less. Even if I have the will, I am powerless. Once I get to that position, many things are beyond my control. And once I get there, I can't get back down during my tenure. This means that I will have at least 6 years to live. Very busy. In the past 6 years, I haven't been able to spend much time with you. I know you are a very independent girl and do not need me to accompany you all the time, but if I can't even provide basic companionship, I'm really worried that we won't last long. I'm worried that you will think that I am not a qualified boyfriend, husband. You will feel that you are unhappy with me, and you will want to leave me. I feel scared when I think about you leaving. Amo Shixiu. Zhang Luli looked at him in shock. Which one scares me more, losing you or losing my job? Luoli, I've thought about it, I'll be more scared of losing you. Oh my god. Zhang Luli felt that her heart was about to explode. Amo Shixiu, a man who talks about love, is really deadly. How could he say such seductive words in such a serious voice? At this moment, Zhang Luli felt that she was willing to do anything for Amo Shixiu. Don't just have one child, you can have two. This kind of Amo Shixiu is too irresistible. She was almost drunk by his words. Whether he said nice things to coax her or not, she felt so sweet that he was willing to say so. That's it, that's it. Facing the man's doting and gentle eyes, Zhang Luli's heartbeat was fast, and her thoughts were a little confused. She looked at him blankly and stammered, that's it, has it become a disaster for Beauty? If your mother finds out, she will definitely want to eat me. Let alone MRSMO trying to eat her. Even if Assistant Sue heard what Amo Shixiu said just now, he would probably think that she is a vixen who brings disaster to the country and the people. Of course not. Amo Shixiu rubbed her head and said with a smile, I didn't say this because I was confused by you. I made the decision very rationally, so of course you are not a beauty. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1823. Chapter 1823. If I am not good to you, who should I be good to? Humph, so you mean you're not fascinated by me enough? Are you telling me tactfully that I'm not charming enough or attractive enough to you, so I can't make you do something irrational? Amo Shixiu, that's not what I meant. That's what you mean. You said I'm not a beauty, you just don't think I'm charming enough. Luoli. Amo Shixiu looked helpless. Beauty is not a good adjective, and I don't want to use it on you. This has nothing to do with your charm. Are you attractive to me? Are you still not sure? Because of his last words, Zhang Luli's heart beat a little faster. Oh, I just don't know. She raised her little face and looked at the man's handsome and noble face and his gentle eyes. Her heart seemed to be beating faster. Amo Shixiu, you really know how to do it. Are you willing to give up the campaign for me and my baby? Yes. Amo Shixiu nodded lightly. Although it will be a bit regretful, there are always gains and losses in life. In fact, I have considered this matter before. If you really have our baby, it's time to make up your mind. Have you considered it before? Why? Luoli, you know, when I am in this position, there will be many pairs of eyes staring at me. Mo Shixia reached out and stroked her soft long hair, and said to her patiently, I actually don't have anything good. I'm scared, but now, I can no longer be indifferent to everything like before. If I were alone, I would have nothing to fear. But now that I have you, I will worry that I can't protect you. If I don't compete for that position, you will be much safer. When I decided to run for the election, I had not met to you, so I didn't think too much about it. But now that I have met you, I can no longer think of myself as a person. Zhang Luli looked at him blankly. So, even if I'm not pregnant with the baby, you might give up the campaign. Yeah, Mo Shixia nodded. If I have a baby, I won't have to hesitate anymore. I can make up my mind on this matter. So, do you think you gave up running for me? Zhang Luli. She really felt that she was a bit like a beauty. If he hadn't dated her, Mo Shixia would definitely have run for the election normally, and he is the one with the greatest hope among this presidential campaign representatives. There is an 80% chance of being selected. But just because he was dating her and had to consider her safety, as well as the time he would spend with her and taking care of her children, he actually chose to give up the campaign. He is running for president. This kind of giving up is different from ordinary people giving up their careers. If she were faced with such a choice, could she be like Mo Shixia? Zhang Luli felt that she might not even be able to do it. It is impossible to say that she was not moved at all. She felt that she had done something good in her previous life to meet such a wonderful man as Mo Shixia. God was so kind to her, Zhang Luli. Mo Shixia. Zhang Luli was moved to tears, her eyes were red, and the tip of her nose was red. She hugged him and rubbed him gently. Why are you so nice to me? I deserve what you do for me. Such a big sacrifice. Mo Shixia was stunned for a moment, then stretched out his hand, gently wrapped his arms around the girl's slender waist, and said in a soft voice, You are mine. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1824. Chapter 1824. He took the initiative to hug her like this for the first time. If I am not good to you, who should I be good to? You are certainly worth any sacrifice I would make for you. Luoli, I said I would be good to you. If I promise you something, I must do it. Otherwise, it will become empty words. Then won't you regret it? I never do anything I regret. Luoli, I want to ask you a question. Mo Shixia looked down at the bright-looking girl in his arms and asked softly, Are you happy being with me? Happy. Yeah, Zhang Luli nodded. No matter what, Mo Shixia is a very qualified boyfriend. Zhang Luli was really happy during the time she was with him. That's good. Mo Shixia curled his lips. I'm afraid you'll feel bored when you're with me. If I don't do something right, you must tell me. I'm not very good at dating. I'm good at everything I don't know how to do, but I can learn it. He is not afraid to learn things that he is not good at for her. What he was afraid of was that she would keep her dissatisfaction with him secretly in her heart and not let him know. The two of them sat on the sofa, leaning against each other and talking for a while. It's getting late, you should go to bed, Mo Shixia said, then stood up and picked Zhang Luli up from the sofa. Zhang Luli didn't expect him to behave like this. He let out a small cry of surprise and hurriedly put his arms around his neck. Mo Shixia is a man with a reserved and calm personality, but in Zhang Luli's opinion, he is a bit too mature. Normally, he would not take the initiative to do these things to get close to her. Even if Zhang Luli took the initiative to get close to him, he would feel a little uncomfortable. Zhang Luli shamelessly took the initiative to hug him many times, and he gradually got used to it. This was the first time he took the initiative to hug her like this. And in front of so many maids in the hall, he picked her up like a princess. Zhang Luli raised his head and looked at him in surprise, feeling that this man was a little abnormal today. Several maids standing in the hall saw this scene, and they also had surprised expressions on their faces. Everyone in the house knows very well how Mo Shixia conducts himself in daily life. So when they suddenly saw him hugging Zhang, a group of people were surprised. Sister Lin came over with the tea she had just made and saw this scene. Like everyone else, she also had a surprised expression on her face. Then, he pursed his lips and laughed happily. The relationship between Mr. and Miss Zhang is getting better and better. Mr. also likes Miss Zhang more and more. It seems that she will be able to eat the wedding candies from her husband and Miss Zhang soon. Sister Lin was holding the freshly brewed tea and winking at the maids in the hall. Soon, she followed the maids and quietly left the hall. If Mr. Zhang and Miss Zhang couldn't help themselves, wouldn't it mean that they were all indifferent if they were still in the hall? But Sister Lin obviously thinks too much. Although Mo Shixia made a lot of changes after getting together with Zhang, he is still a very calm and traditional man at heart. It is impossible for him to do such a thing as being intimate in public in the hall. It's only 10 o'clock now. I don't want to go to bed so early. Mo Shixia, please let me down. Zhang twisted in Mo Shixia's arms and wanted to jump off. Don't move. Mo Shixia frowned and hugged her waist tightly. It is very likely that you already have our baby in your belly. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1825. Chapter 1825. There will always be a baby. You can no longer stay up late playing like before. From now on, you must go to bed on time at 10 o'clock every night. I'll ask Sister Lin to make you a glass of milk. You can drink it before going to bed. Zhang, it's too early to go to bed at 10 o'clock. I'm not sleepy at all now. You can sleep even if you are not sleepy, and you can rest your mind with your eyes closed. The man who used to be submissive to her and easy to discuss everything now has a stronger attitude and said in a strong tone without any discussion, "You are pregnant now. You can no longer take your body as seriously as before. Stay up late every day. No habit can be corrected in one go. Starting today, correct your bad habit of staying up late." Zhang. Other bad habits must be corrected slowly. You are about to graduate, and you don't have to go to school every day from now on. You will live here with me, and I will ask Sister Lin to take care of your health. Your 3 meals a day must be corrected. Those junk snacks with no nutrition are no longer allowed. Zhang. As for the other things, let's talk about it later. I'll go to the hospital for a checkup tomorrow, and I'll slowly make a pregnancy plan for you when I get back. Zhang. She looked at Mo Shixia's expectant expression, as if she was sure she was pregnant, and couldn't help but said, "Mo Shixia, I'm not necessarily pregnant. If I go for a checkup tomorrow, are you disappointed that I'm not pregnant?" Because she could feel that Mo Shixia was looking forward to this baby. He must really hope that she can get pregnant. That's right, he's not too young either. A man reaches his 30s, and by his age, many men have already gotten married and have children. Perhaps he also wants to have children. Mo Shixia carried her upstairs. He paused for a moment when he heard this, and then quickly continued going up. There's nothing to be disappointed about. I didn't get pregnant this time. We just have to work harder in the future. There will always be babies of Zhang. She raised her head, her eyes widened, and she looked at the man's handsome and noble face with some disbelief. Mo Shixia, did you eat something wrong today? He looks nothing like him today. He would never have said such a thing before. Mo Shixia today made Zhang feel extra boring. Is this also a hidden side of him? He is actually a very boring man at heart. Walking upstairs, Mo Shixia pushed open the bedroom door with one hand, carried Zhang and walked straight to the big bed in the bedroom, and gently placed her on the bed. He bent down and covered her with the quilt, looked down at her and said, "Did anything I said offend you?" No. Zhang Luli bit the corner of his lip and said with doubt in his eyes, I just think you are a little different today. Oh, really? Do you think I am better today or the me before? Do you want me to tell the truth? Certainly. Zhang Luli pursed his lips, his face feeling slightly hot. Ahem, I still like you to take the initiative. She is a girl after all, she takes the initiative every time, and she will get tired after a long time. Well, I understand Mo Shixio is indeed the kind of person who is willing to accept opinions. You like me to be more proactive. I will be more proactive in the future. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1826. Chapter 1826. I can watch you at any time. So obedient? Zhang Luli's lips slightly raised, expressing satisfaction with the man's attitude. I ask Sister Lin to bring the milk up. Mo Shixia pressed the service bell on the bedside. You drink the milk before going to bed. When Mo Shixia was talking to Sister Lin, Zhang Luli realized that she seemed to be lying on Mo Shixia's bed. Although the two of them already live together and are boyfriend and girlfriend, they do not live in the same room. To this day, they still live separately. After Mo Shixia finished explaining to Sister Lin, he turned his head and saw Zhang Luli looking at him blankly. What's wrong? He asked softly. Mo Shixia, this is your room. Zhang Luli blinked and reminded. Well, it's my room. You want me to sleep in your room tonight? Well, from tonight on, you will sleep in my room. Zhang Luli, what about you? Mo Shixia was startled for a moment, and then a slightly uncomfortable look appeared on his face. He coughed twice and said, I'll sleep here too. I'm not worried about you being alone in the room. In this case, I can keep an eye on you at any time. Zhang Luli. Why does she feel that Mo Shixia treats her like a 3-year-old child because of her pregnancy? However, if Mo Shixia offered to let her move to his room in the future, Zhang Luli would not refuse. After all, she has had this idea for a long time. If it weren't for Mo Shixia, a man who was too conservative and traditional, Zhang Luli wouldn't have lived apart from him for so long. Of course she knew that the reason why Mo Shixia suddenly changed his mind and made such a request was because of her pregnancy. Although Zhang Luli was not sure whether she was pregnant or not, she had moved into this room. Regardless of whether she was pregnant or not, it was impossible for her to move out. Then I'm going to move the things over now. Zhang Luli jumped out of bed as if he was afraid that Mo Shixia would regret it. My skincare products and toiletries are still in my room. I'm going to get them now. Come over. After saying that, before Mo Shixia could react, she quickly slipped away from him. Mo Shixia. Luli, slow down. Mo Shixia hurriedly chased the girl out of fear that she would accidentally fall if she ran too fast. Asterisk. Early the next morning. As soon as Qiao Mian opened her eyes, she received a news push from Weibo. Generally, the news pushed by Weibo are relatively topical. Qiao Mian glanced at it casually. When she saw her name on the pushed news, she opened her eyes and looked carefully. Cao Mian, the master of teasing men, deliberately caused accidents and exhibited physical contact at the airport. Just looking at the title, Qiao Mian felt that her blood pressure suddenly rose a little. At the airport that day, she was afraid that someone would say she was taking advantage of Zanbo's popularity, so she kept avoiding Zanbo. Has no intention of contacting Zanbo at all. However, no matter how hard she tried to avoid it, what she worried about still happened. Just because she was squeezed by the crazy fans, she almost fell to the ground, but Zanbo helped her in time. It was written that she was deliberately being scheming. Qiao Mian took a deep breath, endured her anger, and clicked on the news. After reading the entire news, her blood pressure rose a lot. Damn it! She wanted to drag out the reporter who wrote the news and beat him up. In the descriptions of various rich adjectives in this news, she is just like a wretched old woman whose eyes light up when she sees a young man and wants to flirt with her. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1827. Chapter 1827, all scolded her. She is also very scheming. When she was pushed down by fans, it could be said that she fell down on purpose. The purpose is to tease Zanbo. Even the thank you she said to Jeanbo was described as saying it in a whisper. Also, she looked at Jeanbo with normal eyes, but in the news, it turned out that she was ogling Jeanbo. Chiao Mian was almost off. These reporters are really shameless in order to gain clicks. Speaking of which, Chiao Mian can be regarded as a weirdo in the industry. Because she is still a newcomer to the 18th tier, but any news related to her, whether it is the click-through rate or the comments and forwarding below, has the popularity that only a tier -1 popular artist can have. The news was posted half an hour ago. By the time she clicked on it, there were already tens of thousands of retweets and comments below. Chiao Mian is a mean person. Even though she knew there might not be anything good to say in the comment section, she still couldn't help but click in and take a look. Then he was so angry that he almost died on the spot. The comment section really did not disappoint her at all. Once any negative news about her comes out, there will be a lot of criticism. The few hot comments that were posted were all scolding her. Round fat puppet, this woman Chiao Mian is so shameless. She flirted with Tu Yuli and then flirted with Chin Han. Now that the cooperation with Chin Han is over, she flirts with us Zanbo again. Please Chiao, please stay away from our Zanbo, he is still a child, don't contaminate him. Sour and sweet, oh my god, this looks like I fell down on purpose. He also deliberately fell in front of Jeanbo. I want to know, why is this kind of woman who already has a boyfriend so restless? She goes around flirting with young chicks, but her boyfriend is not afraid of the green grass above her head. Does she think that her charm is invincible and anyone can be defeated by her? Could you please keep her away? Our family Zanbo doesn't like this kind of thing. It is everyone's responsibility to boycott Chiao Biao. It was previously revealed that Chiao Biao had dated several boyfriends in high school and had had an abortion. Later, it was said that these were just rumors. I think this is not necessarily a rumor. It is her true nature to like to flirt with men, but now her true nature is exposed. I'm not worried that Jeanbo will fall in love with such a scheming bitch. Jeanbo is not stupid. He wants to seduce him with just a few looks. He is not that superficial. Pineapple and jackfruit, please Chiao bitch, please be a human being and let our family Zanbo go. She already has a boyfriend, so how can she still have the nerve to flirt with men all day long? Tia Nation, if you don't fall early, you won't fall later, but it happened when Zanbo came out. What a coincidence. It's hard to believe that it wasn't intentional. There are many similar comments. Most of those who scolded Chiao Mian were Zanbo's fans. Of course, some sunspots are indispensable among them. Because Chiao Mian had already seen several familiar sunspots. In every negative news about her before, there were these scumbags who left their rhythmic comments in the comment area. These sunspot accounts have been blocked long ago. These must be newly registered now. Chiao Mian looked at these comments and was furious at first, but then slowly calmed down. Those fans of Zanbo must not know the whole story, and they can easily be led by others. If you want to blame it, it's because her reputation is really bad. Furthermore, if she didn't know exactly what happened at that time, as a passerby or fan, she would easily believe what the news said just by reading such news. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1828. Chapter 1828, Don't believe rumors, don't spread rumors. She knows herself. But will netizens get to know her? Netizens know about her through various news. And the hot searches she had been on before were almost all due to negative news. Under such circumstances, netizens are definitely more willing to believe the content in the news. However, whether netizens believe her or not, Xiao Mian still has to explain. Instead of leaving it alone. If she didn't respond, someone would definitely think she was guilty. Just when Xiao Mian was thinking about how to respond, another piece of news suddenly popped up. The news content is, Zanbo posted on Weibo angrily accusing reporters of spreading rumors. Xiao Mian was stunned for a moment, and quickly clicked in to take a look. She saw that Zanbo had just posted a Weibo post, and the content was related to her hot search topic. Zanbo, I really can't stand it anymore. I want to know why some people are so malicious towards girls. What happened at the airport was just a normal accident. Please don't let your imagination run wild. It will only make you look dirty mentally. You know something that I, the client, have not even felt. Even though I have only been with Xiao Mian for a day, she is definitely a very good girl. I hope that the rumors will stop here. I also hope that my fans can be sensible and smart and stop talking about these messy things. Don't do anything to hurt my friends in the name of my fans. As we all know, Zanbo is famous for his good temper and low airs. This is the first time he has lost his temper publicly on Weibo. Although he did not curse out loud, it can be felt from his words that he was very angry. His fans saw him so angry and comforted him in the message area. Brother, don't be angry, let's help you scold the unscrupulous media. My little brother finally came out to clarify. I knew that those reporters must have written it randomly. It was all messy stuff, and it looked fake. I didn't believe it. Don't believe in rumors, don't spread rumors. My brother has already said that he and Xiao Mian are friends. Fans should stop scolding Xiao Mian. My brother is recording a show with her now. He doesn't see her when he looks up every day. Don't let it happen. Is it okay for my brother to be embarrassed? I believe my little brother, even though I don't know much about Xiao Mian, but if he says she is good, then she must be good. We fans should be good, listen to our brother, and don't make things difficult for him among friends. Brother knows, we fans will be obedient. Xiao Mian was a little surprised when she saw Zanbo's Weibo post. She never thought that Zanbo would directly post on Weibo to rebuke the media reporters to speak for her. After all, the two of them had only been together for a day. The relationship is not good enough for Zanbo to help her like this. Not long after Zanbo posted this Weibo, another message popped up, again related to her. It turns out that a fan who picked her up at the airport posted a short video of a few minutes. It can be clearly seen in the video that Xiao Mian was pushed by a fan of Zanbo and almost fell to the ground. Her little fans are very angry. I really can't stand it anymore. If I hadn't picked up Sister Mian at the airport the day before yesterday and captured the truth when I took a video of her, I don't know how Mian would have been blackmailed. Our sister Mian has a boyfriend. He is handsome, rich, and very nice to her. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1829. Chapter 1829. I won't bear it any longer. What a master of flirting with men. People with dirty thoughts will see everything as dirty. Sister Mian is a super nice person. She has no airs at all and is so kind to us fans. You guys, stay away and don't try to criticize her again. The video posted by fans is very clear. As long as someone doesn't have eye problems, they can see that Jiao Mian was pushed, rather than her falling down on purpose. With the video as evidence, the rumors about the so-called intentional fall and flirting with the little fresh meat are self-defeating. However, there are still black people jumping around in the comment area of videos posted by fans. Haha, even if someone pushed her, she should be able to stand still. She didn't deliberately fall down when she saw Jeanbo coming out. Do you think you can get away with it? A scheming is a scheming bitch. You're laughing so hard. You're saying that she has no airs. How dare an 18th tier newcomer dare to put on airs? Is she qualified to put on airs now? Yes, I'm so grateful that someone picked me up at the airport. Isn't this better for the fans? If you don't cherish your own feathers now, why can't you wait to get burned? Isn't it a coincidence that this video was taken? There were also some passers-by who couldn't stand it and responded with a few words. I'm not a fan of Jiao Mian, I just think that some people are really black for the sake of being black. The video has come out, and the truth is clear. You are still in a black man's house. Is this because you took money to do things? Fortunately, there is this video taken by a fan, otherwise, this matter would not be clear. Today's sunspots are really scary. Stars are not something ordinary people can be. First of all, the ability to withstand psychological pressure is not something ordinary people can have. Thank you dearly for speaking up for our sister Mian. Now that the video has come out, there are still some people criticizing sister Mian in the comment area. Who is the real black man? You can tell at a glance. He's continues to jump around and likes to see what you think. I can't kill sister Mian. Haha, I'm so mad at you. The more black people there are, the more popular our sister Mian is, and the fans will be happy. Jiao Mian read the comments for a while, thought about it, forwarded the Weibo post where Zanbo helped her speak, and followed Zanbo by the way. Jiao Mian v, thank you, the most handsome man in the canyon. She also forwarded the Weibo post from her fans. The truth may be late, but it will definitely arrive. No matter how much negative information was published about me before, I always tolerated it because I really didn't want to make things too ugly. But I found that the more you tolerate it, the more people will think you are easy to bully. So this time, I won't bear it any longer. Wow, sister Mian finally took a stand. Are you going to confront those unscrupulous media? If you support sister Mian, you should be more domineering. Am I the only one who has different concerns? Who is the most handsome man in the canyon? Jeanbo. Sister Mian, you have a boyfriend who is a domineering CEO. You should have been tougher and confronted them head-on. I support your denunciation of the unscrupulous media and those scumbags hiding behind. You must also find out and catch them all. Jiao Mian looked at the fans' messages and picked one person to reply. Well, I won't tolerate it anymore this time. Don't worry, I know what to do. After replying to the fans' message, Jiao Mian sent a WeChat message directly to Linda. Can the company help sue several media outlets? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1830. Chapter 1830. Do you want to sue the media that published the news today? Linda replied quickly, do you want to sue the media that published the news today? Jiao Mian, well, is that okay? Linda, your boyfriend is Mo Yesi. You can do whatever you want. Okay, then I'll contact the company's public relations department immediately. Jiao Mian, sister Xia, I'll trouble you. Linda, participate in the program well and don't be affected by these messy things. Jiao Mian, yeah. Sister Xia, I have one more thing to ask of you. Please help me check a few ID numbers. I suspect that someone has paid to operate those numbers. Linda, okay, even if you don't tell me, I will still check it. I have also seen the numbers you mentioned. Jiao Mian was talking about those sunspot numbers. From the beginning to now, I have been working tirelessly to hack her. Every time there is negative news about her, there are always a few black accounts jumping around in the comment area. This time, Chiao Mian couldn't bear it anymore. She was bound to peel off the skins of those black accounts to find out who was behind them. After Chiao Mian finished handling all the things, she looked at the time and saw that it was not too early, so she got up and washed up. When she finished washing and went to the kitchen to cook, she met Jeanbo, who got up as early as her. Thinking of the Weibo he posted before, Chiao Mian smiled and thanked him. "Zanbo, thank you for speaking up for me. I saw the Weibo you posted, and by the way, I followed your Weibo. Bo, please shut me down too. Lest fans think our relationship is not harmonious. Are you following me?" Zanbo immediately took out his mobile phone, found Chiao Mian's Weibo, and clicked on it. Don't take those words to heart. Although Chiao Mian's words were not said by Zanbo himself, Zanbo still felt a little guilty. Reporters just want to gain clicks, so they publish without verification. Nonsense. Some of my fans may have been too extreme and said bad things. I would like to apologize to you on their behalf. I have asked them not to attack you again. You don't have to apologize to me. Chiao Mian is not a person who doesn't distinguish between right and wrong. The behavior of fans can only represent themselves and has nothing to do with you. But that incident also happened because of me. Jeanbo still had an apology in his eyes. No matter what, I want to apologize to you. I don't want those things to affect the relationship between us. Relation. Chiao Mian's cooking is so delicious. If she gets angry and stops cooking for him, what will he do in the future? How is that possible? Chiao Mian reached out and patted him on the shoulder. Don't worry, I won't blame your fans' behavior on you. So, I can still eat the food you cooked this morning? Jeanbo immediately asked what he was most concerned about. Chiao Mian. Since you're already up, then help me. Chiao Mian glared at him and said, funny, don't think about doing nothing and just waiting for me to cook for you. Okay, Jeanbo agreed immediately. You tell me what I need to do, and I will help you. Let's go to the kitchen first. Chiao Mian thought about the leftover dishes from yesterday and thought about what to cook in the morning. Asterisk. By the time everyone else gets up, breakfast is already ready. Chiao Mian still did everything for everyone. This morning, she also baked scallion pancakes, and the group of little fresh meats who had been clamoring to go on a diet and lose weight all ate happily. End of this chapter.